So let me share my screen.
Your screen. Microsoft Teams. 9 participants join the call. Turn camera on button. Mute mic button. Mute. Turn camera on button. Turn camera on left paren. Control plus space. Your left paren. Control plus mute mic button. Mute mic left paren. Turn camera off button. Turn mute mic button. Mute. Turn camera off. Mute mic button. Mute mic left paren. Control plus out of toolbar button. Stop out of toolbar. Clickable. Out of menu. Click blank. 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 Click out of menu. Calling controls toolbar. Enter acting quads. Entering lobby. Foundational course on Microsoft Book 1-Excel column 3 a 1 a 2 a 1 a 1 a 1.
Yeah.
Edit A Y S.
This.
Sheet 1 table a 2. Edit S. S. M. O. N. D. A. Y. Sheet 1 a 4. A 3. Monday A 2. A 3. U. E. S. D. A. Y. Sheet 1 table a 4. E. D. N. E. S. D. D. F. E. N. D. E. W. W. E. D. Sheet 1 table a 5. U. R. Sheet 1 table a 6. N. R. I. Sheet 1 table a 7. A. T. Sheet 1 table U. N. Sheet 1 days A1. Days A1. B1. Days A1. B1. A. L. E. S. Sheet 1 sales B1. Sales B1. B2. Sales B1. B2.
Okay.
Sales B1.
Now can we just
Days A1. Sales B1.
yeah. So yesterday we were talking about running total, and I was explaining that in running total it is more like an accumulative sum of the previous numbers. So, for instance, you have what is it called? You have I use the example of different days. You have sales on Monday, sales on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So instead of and if you want to know how you are earning this money day by day, what the exact total on Monday, the exact total on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So running total is the best, and we looked at the way to actually do it. The way to actually do it, the shortcut is, you can do it through the running total, through the total tab of your Excel quick analysis tools. So having looked at that, so let's look at this. There's this aspect. Okay, I think somebody made mention of, and not yesterday, the last class, the week 6 class, that the star was not working, and I was wondering why. So,
Days A1.
okay.
Days A. Monday A2.
So now.
Days A1. Days A1.
I have different days here.
Monday A2. Tuesday A3. Wednesday A4. Thursday A5. Friday A6. Saturday A7. Sunday A8.
So up to this thing. So now there is this looking at, if you want to find a particular name, or you want to find a particular name or a particular day, you use Control F. That is a find command. But the wildcard now gives you ability to search, to perform special search. That is wildcard. So with the use of star, question mark, and tilde or tilde. So if you want to find a name, you are looking for names or a name that ends with a particular letter, or a name that has a particular letter in it, or what you can remember from that word or name is just one or two words or one or two letters, then you use the special characters, the word function. And then somebody said he used it, and then one of the questions, like ER, and the person said use star, whatever, and then the person didn't know what. So let me demonstrate it now. Let's see if it will work or it will not work.
Saturday 7.
So let me look
Friday,
for.
Thursday A5. Friday A6. Saturday 7.
Okay.
Friday A6. Thursday A5. Wed
Mm.
A4. Tuesday A3. Monday A2. Days A1.
I just want to look for a better file to demonstrate it. So I don't know.
Days A1. Monday A2.
Okay. So I have Monday here.
Tuesday A3.
Tuesday. No, just give me. Let me look for the particular file that has different names, so that I can demonstrate it and different and other things I want to show. Just give me a minute.
Foundational course on Microsoft Excel. Out of toolbar, clickable shared content view, main landmark, menu, item, bandwidth, muting left.
Hello, House. Okay, I'm back. So I've seen the file I'm looking for.
Bring your screen.
Okay.
Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
Foundational course on Microsoft Excel for visual. Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel.
Okay.
Students result sheet A1 through E1.
So I have a student result sheet here.
Students names cropped A2. Emmanuel A3.
So it's just an imaginary data. So
Sunday A4.
so I have different names.
Emmanuel A3.
Emmanuel,
Sunday A4.
Sunday,
Grace A5.
Grace.
Taiwo A6. Felix A7. Esther A8. Grace A9. Emmanuel A10.
Okay, let me reduce it the speed.
Rate boost. Rate 25. Rate 15. Rate 10.
Okay.
Grace A9. Emmanuel A10. Taiwo A11. Emmanuel A12. Grace A13. Felix A14. Taiwo A15.
So up to A25.
Esther A25.
So yeah, there are about 5 names
Esther
appearing multiple times. So now
Esther A27.
so I'm out of the data. So now let me search for using the wildcard to search for what can I search for? Okay, so let me look for any name that has O, any name that has O in it. So I want to see names, a name that has O in it. So I want to search for it. So I when I was going through it, okay, Taiwo is a Yoruba name, a Nigerian name. But as somebody that is not from Nigeria or somebody that is not Yoruba, you know that that name ends with O, but you can't remember the exact name. But you know that at least it has O in it, Taiwo. So let me Control F.
Find and replace dialog.
Then find words.
Options great. Find what colon. Edit Alt plus N blank.
So now, in that one, I didn't say it. I only thought star. So let me use. So now I will use question mark O. Question mark O.
Question.
Then O.
O.
Then I will hit the enter key.
O.
Okay. So let me escape to see whether the focus will be on O, on any name that has O in it.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Sheet 1 table. Test scores crop C2.
Did you see that? Test score C2. So there's O in test score. So there's O in test score. So now the part of the bonus I want to show is that there's actually there's a way to when you are inside the find command, you can actually bring up the list of all the searches, all the names that contains the condition you give. So if I want to see, if I don't want to be seeing it one by one after the other, if I want to see all the list of names, all the names that contain O, I want to display it at once. So let me show you how to do it. So instead of when you search for a name, you hit the enter key and escape. Then if that is not the name you are looking for, then you have to come back to Control F and do it again. So if you want to see it all at once, so let's see how to do it.
Find and replace dialog blank.
So
find what colon, edit all
so I'll do the question mark O again to search for all the names that have O in it, all the cells that contain O.
question,
Then
O.
O. So I will not hit the enter key. I will tap to find all. I will tap to find all.
O. Find and replace dialog. Options greater button alt find all button alt plus I.
Then I will space bar on it or enter.
Space. List. Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $C$2 semi. Value colon. Test scores 1 of 7. Advanced.
So 1 of 7. So if the first one, so if you listen carefully, you will see that it told you the name of the sheet, sheet 1, semicolon. Then it told you the cell reference, $C, whatever, semicolon. Then it said that the cell value, then it said test score, 1 of 7. So let me scroll down to the second item to see.
Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $D$2 semi. Value colon. Exam scores 2 of 7.
So exam score. So it told you the file name, which is Advanced Excel. What's the sheet name? That the sheet ID, that is sheet 1. The cell ID, $D, whatever. Then it told you the cell value, what is inside that cell value. Exam score. So 2 of 7. So let's see the third one.
Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $E$2 semi. Value colon. Total scores 3 of 7.
Total score is this third value, third search.
Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $6 semi. Value colon. Taiwo 4 of 7.
You see, Taiwo 4 of 7. So let's see if there's other name that has O in it. Taiwo.
Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $11 semi. Value colon. Taiwo 5 of 7.
Okay, because Taiwo appears multiple times. So if I hit the enter key or space bar, escape, then the focus, I will land inside that cell that contains that Taiwo. So let me hit the enter key on Taiwo. Then escape.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Sheet 1 table. Taiwo A11.
Do you see now? So I found myself back inside Taiwo. So let me now, that is, so the question, the essence of question mark, what question, the difference between question mark and the star, listen now, the difference is that question mark works with one letter. It's used to find search for one letter that is in a so if you are looking for a cell or a name that contains a particular letter, then you use question mark for it. But if you are looking for a name that has, if you are looking for multiple letters, let's say Esther, you are looking for all the names that end with ER, Esther, ER, you can use star ER. So it shows you all the list of words, all the list of names that end with ER. If the letter is at the middle, let's say, let's look for, let's say CH. CH now is at the middle. So you can do star CH star. star ch star. So let's see whether there is something like that here. So let me do Control F.
Find and replace dialog.
So I will do star
Star.
ch
star.
ch.
Star.
So let me go and do find all, so that I don't have to be going back and back and back. So
Options. Find all button. Alt. Microsoft Excel dialog. We couldn't find what you were looking for.
okay.
Click options for more ways to
Okay. Are you saying there's no Michael? Let me see.
find and replace. Advanced.
So let me go and check the file.
Emmanuel.
Taiwo.
Great. Type. Great. Type. Esther. A 20.
Oh, so there's no Michael. So no name contains CH. So let me look for another thing to do.
Esther 8. A 26. Students names. Emmanuel A3.
Okay. So let me Emmanuel.
Sunday A. Grace A. Taiwo
You
A6.
see now I'm on Taiwo. I want to perform the find. So let me look for name that has NU inside. NU.
Find and replace dialog. Star.
NU.
U.
Then star.
Then
find all.
Options greater. Find all but space. List. Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $A$3 semi. Value colon. Emmanuel 1 of 5. Advanced.
So Emmanuel 1 of 5. So let me.
Advanced practice file.xlsx semi. Sheet colon. Sheet 1 semi. Cell colon. $A$12 semi. Value colon. Emmanuel 3 of 5.
Okay, so Emmanuel 3 of 5. So I can hit the enter key. I've pressed the enter key, then I will escape. Then it takes me straight to Emmanuel.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Sheet 1 table. Emmanuel A12.
So did you see that? So that is one. So that is if the letter is at the middle. If the letter is at the end, the two letters are at the end. So ER or start that letter. If the two letters or three letters, I'm just saying two, just for example, it could be three. If the letters are at the beginning, then use let's say you are looking for grace. So you can do GR star. GR star means GR and so on. But any letter that starts with GR. Star, the two letters at the middle, then star, means that any letter, any name that has these two or three letters in it, then if it is at the end, is star, then the letters. But question mark is for one letter at a time. So you just want to know that, okay, give me the list of the names that have this particular letter. It could be G. You can do question mark G, question mark I, question mark R, question mark this. So that is wildcard. Now, tilde. Tilde. Who can tell me how to get tilde on your computer? Fast. Does anybody have an idea how to get tilde sign on the computer keyboard? If you don't know, also I'll tell you how to get it. So tilde, if you know, it's just unmute and tell me. So the tilde is not yes?
Yes, I can say the answer.
It's apostrophe with shift. Apostrophe with shift.
Shift
No.
apostrophe will give you quotation mark. No.
Okay.
Can I answer?
Yes, you can go on.
It's shift and the key, the brav key.
Oh, good. Excellent. Shift grav.
Okay.
The key under your escape key is grav. It's one of the most useless keys on the keyboard, but there's a level of, most especially Excel, there's a level of, there's a level you get to that you use it. So when it comes to function, there is another, when it comes to formula, you can also use graph for, in a more advanced this thing. So, but generally, there are many people in their lifetime, they don't have anything to do with that graph key, but it's more like an advanced. So tilde is shift plus that graph. Good. So now, what is the function of tilde? What tilde does is to nullify, how do I say this? It has nullifying effect on star and question mark. Bannon. Just a minute. No, I'm preparing this. I don't agree. Okay. Sure. I'm getting notification. Okay. So what that is, tilde has nullifying effect. So normally in a search, when you are searching for something and you put star, that means you are telling Excel that let me look for this particular thing. What that is the function of star. What that does is that it nullifies the power of or question mark. If you are looking for, let's say, any letter that any word that contains star, how do you want to put it? Do you want to say star star? Do you now see? So what tilde does is to nullify that star, the first star. What is the word now? Is to nullify it and make it as if it's a regular character that you are looking for. I don't know if you understand me. So it has nullified the searching power of star and made it look like as if it's just like every other character, your A, B, C, D, I. So that what that tilde does. That tilde. So that is the effect of tilde. So if you are looking for a word, okay, now you are looking for let's say there's question mark. Then you don't want to do okay. Anyway, the name any letter that or any word that contains question mark or star, then use tilde. So
Taiwo 8.
so let me see. Okay. Okay.
Maths B. Taiwo A11.
So let me do
Taiwo A11.
A11. Let me open it.
Edit Tai cap T cap A cap I cap W cap O blank.
So let me put question mark at the end of this title.
Question. Sheet 1 Taiwo A11.
So remember, it is in A11 that there's question mark. There are other title, but it's the one in A11 that has question mark. So let me move away.
Felix A16.
Okay. So let's search for the word that the name that has question mark.
Find and find what colon blank blank blank.
Okay. So let's do tilde shift graph.
Tilde.
Tilde question mark.
Question.
Okay.
Tilde.
So I've hit the enter key. So let me escape and see whether it will land us on Taiwo that is on 11.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Sheet 1 table. Taiwo. A11.
Do you see? So that question mark has been, it does, the only effect, the only power it has, in fact, it has no power other than it's not a regular character. But assuming that tilde did not come before that question mark will have a searching power. But because of the tilde, it has taken away, it has stripped it off of that searching power. So I don't know if that's clear.
Yes.
So so you can also do, it's not just a must that I can do O tilde question mark. It's not a must that it must be ordinary question mark. If there are many names that have question mark, you can still use other characters in combination with it. Let me do it again.
Taiwo A15. Felix A16.
So let me do Ctrl F.
Find and replace.
So let me do O, or let me say W-O. W. O, then tilde.
Whoa. Tab control.
Oh,
Find tab selected Alt plus D. Advanced practice file.xls. Emmanuel.
I press Control Tab, not Shift Tab. So.
Felix A16.
So let me start again.
Find and replace dialog. Find what colon. Edit blank.
So, W, then tilde.
Whoa. Tilde.
Tilde, then question mark.
Question.
Enter. Okay.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Sheet 1 table. Taiwo. A11.
So you see, it's still the same thing. If it is star 2, it's still the same thing. Tilde star. So now another thing when it comes to this find command that I want to show you is that your search, you can actually, what we are searching now, we are searching for information that is on the current worksheet, on the worksheet that we are working on. I want to tell you that it's also possible to search for information that is in other worksheets. Information that is also in other worksheets. So if I'm in sheet 1, this particular sheet, but I told you that a workbook is like let's say it's like is it a folder, or let me say an exercise book. You have an exercise book. If your focus, if you're on page 1, and you are doing find command, it will only find what is on that page 1. Now, what if you are not sure whether you have that particular name in sheet 1, sheet 10, sheet 1000, but you are sure that that information is inside that exercise book? So you can do a search that will search through the whole exercise book. So that is what I said I want to show you now. What we are currently doing is that we are looking for information on the particular page, which is particular sheet, this sheet that we are working on. So I will create another sheet, which is sheet 2. Remember, I said sheet 2, not another workbook. So I'm still inside this particular workbook.
Emmanuel A10.
So let me press Shift F11.
Sheet 3 table. A 1.
Oh, I want to sheet normally. So, okay.
A 1.
Okay. So let me write something. Let me write okay, let me say Jamil.
Edit J. A. M. I. U.
Then
Sheet 3 table.
say Nigeria.
Edit A.
Nigeria.
Sheet J. Nigeria A2.
So remember, I'm in a new sheet. Remember, I'm in a new sheet, which is sheet 3. But now I want to search for something that is in that former sheet that we were before. So that is a advanced Excel sheet. That is sheet 1, I think. Yeah, sheet 1. I'm still inside the same workbook, but on a different page, on a different worksheet. So now let me search for, what can I search for? Okay, let me see whether I have Esther in this entire workbook. So I'll do Control F.
Find and replace dialog.
Then I will type Esther.
E. S. T. H. E. R.
Esther. So I will not press enter. I will just tab once to more option.
Esther. Options greater button Alt plus T.
Okay, options greater. So I will space bar on it.
Space. Find what : edit Alt plus Nestor.
Okay, Esther. So I will now tab to listen. I'll tab to let me see that. Let me tab.
Find and replace dialog. Format within : search : look in : combo box formulas Alt match case checkbox match entire cell options less button Alt plus T.
Okay.
Find all button Alt options less button Alt match entire cell contents checkbox not checked Alt plus match case checkbox not checked Alt look in : combo box formulas Alt plus L.
Okay, with a search within. Okay, within. So you tab when you space bar on option, then you tab to search within. So it's now asking you within what? The default is worksheet. So you can now scroll down to choose workbook. So let me go down.
Within : combo box workbook.
Workbook. There will hit the enter key. So now I've hit the enter key. I can now do what is it? So I can do okay.
Format button Alt.
See whether it will take me straight to sheet 1 where the information is.
Advanced practice files Excel. Sheet 1 table. Esther A22.
Did you see? So remember, this is a different sheet. So it brought me, it searched everywhere in that workbook and look for where Esther is and brought me here. So I can also do if I want to see all the places that all the cells that Esther appear in, I can also do that formula, that first one, that initial one, to find all. So when you search for, you type the name you are looking for, whether you use wildcard or you don't use wildcard, it doesn't matter. Then you space bar on options. Then you go and choose workbook. That means you want to search the entire workbook. Then you now tap to display all the places that that name appears. So I don't know if it's clear enough. So what else? I think that's all about find and find command. If anybody is still having issue with it, let me know.
Taiwo 821.
So
Felix, Grace, Emmanuel A18. Emmanuel A12. Science. Subject taken crop B. Students names crop A2. Subject taken crop B2.
okay.
Test score. Subject taken crop B.
So this result, as I said, result sheet.
Students.
So you have student names.
Subject taken crop B2.
Subject taken.
Test scores crop C2.
Test score.
Exam scores crop D2.
Exam score.
Total scores overflowing E2.
Totals.
F2.
So what do we do from here? Somebody was um, what do forgotten? What were the other points that people? So now the thing about pivot table, basic, it's an intermediate topic. A pivot table is an analytical tool, that makes data analysis very, very easy. So it's an Excel powerful tool that is used to show data summary or summary of your data. Now, what do I mean? We are all researchers, whether you go to school or you don't go to school. We are researchers in our own way, and even at our own work. So now you go to field, you ask people respondents. You ask respondent questions. Okay, how old are you? What is your age? What country are you from? So now, how old are you? What is your gender? And what country did you come from? So if you have, let's say, 50 respondents or any number of respondents, so this person said, I'm 30, I'm male, I'm from Nigeria. That one person said, I'm 25, I'm from Uganda, I'm female, and so on and so on, like that, different responses. So now, if you want to present your data in a table and it will show this, it will show summary of these responses. It will show how many people are male, how many people are female, how many people are from Nigeria, how many people are, okay, those are the three questions, So it summarizes data. So
F1, F2, test students' names cropped H2.
So now let me work with gender.
Subject taken crop B2.
Okay, let me do
test scores, students' names,
There's no gender here. Oh, so unfortunately, wow.
Subject taken crop B, test scores crop C.
Okay, so I only have names and subject taken. So let me work with
subject taken crop.
So okay, now let me work by subject. So now I have subject taken. Let me see the different subject taken.
English B3, English, maths, sciences, science, maths B, English B17, maths B18, sciences B.
So most of it just sciences, math, English.
Science, maths B, English B.
Math, English. So now, if I want to create a table with this information, I want to see what is the word? If I want to see the average score per subject taken, Yeah, let me take it like that. Average score per subject taken. Let me take it again. If I want to see the average score per subject taken, what is the average score of all the students in English? What is average score of all the students in mathematics? What is the average score of all the students in sciences? So if I want to create a table that will show that, so that will give me the summary. I can also decide to do here now. I don't have gender, but assuming I have gender column, I can do gender by score, gender by average score. So I want to see the average score of male compared to female. So with that one alone, I'll be able to take a decision whether female pass more than female pass a particular subject more than male, or whether male pass, a particular subject. So I want to see which of these subjects do females tend to pass. Which of them do they have the tendency to score more, or do they score more, or the male do they score more? So they can score low in English and score high in math. Male too can also score low in math and score high in sciences. So that table, when you present it, it will give you a summary, a summary of this your data. So it's the same thing, more or less like similar to what you have in charts. If you like have 1,000 rows and columns with a pivot table, it will just present it to you in just a small table, and you look at it, you see that okay, 30% of male has this, 30% of female has that. So in a tabular form, not charts. So there are two ways to do it. The first way is the short way is the table, the Excel quick analysis tool, and then okay. Let me use the first, the long one first.
English subject taken English B3.
So this is so first the ideal thing is to select the entire data.
Emmanuel A3. Students result sheet A1. Students cropped A2.
So I will select the entire data now.
A2 students names through E2. A2 students names through E2558. Selected row 2 through 25 column 1.
Okay.
Quick analysis available.
So now I've selected the entire data. What do I do from here? I will look for pivot table in my ribbons. The shortcut is Alt-NV. But let me look for it through the insert menu. So I'll press the Alt key and look for insert tab.
Ribbon tabs tab control expanded. Home tab. Insert tab selected Alt and 3 of 11.
Then I will tab until I hear pivot table.
Comments talk, share collapse, insert grouping, tables grouping 1 of 11, recommended pivot tables. Table button create, illustrations, tables group, recommended pivot tables button 1, pivot table split button collapsed easily arrange and summarize complex data in a pivot table split button collapsed easily arrange and summarize complex data in a pivot table. FYI : you can double-click a value to see which detailed values make up the summarized total. Alt N V1 of 3.
Okay, so it has given you the shortcut there, Alt NV. So I will spacebar.
Space. Pivot table from table or range dialog. Select a table or range. Choose where you want the pivot table to be placed. Choose whether you want to analyze multiple tables. Pivot table from table or range window. Select a table or range grouping. Table/range edit Alt plus T blank.
So this one is saying, so when you hit the enter key, it gives you a blank, it asks you table/range. Table/range is asking you, normally, what people do first, sighted people, what they do is that they go to the ribbon first without selecting the data. So they go to the ribbon, look for a pivot table and hit the enter key. So from this edit field, they can now, highlight the portion of this data. But because as a blind person, that process might be very difficult to do. So the ideal thing is to select your data first. So when you select it, look for pivot table, hit the enter key. Visually, it has marked it from here. But it's just saying blank. but visually it has marked it already. Since we've marked it from beginning, it has indicated it here that we have. So your own is just to hit the enter key.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. No matches. Sheet 4 table. A3.
Okay, now, so another thing I should also let you know is that when you are creating a pivot table, sorry. So when you are creating a pivot table, it puts the table, the summary table in a new sheet. It creates a new sheet. So that's why you hear sheet 4 table. So I'm in a new sheet. So now, when you land on a new sheet, it will automatically by default, it puts you in A3. It puts you in A3. That's when you know that you are in a new sheet. So now when you are in a new sheet, press F6 2 times. Press it 2 times. I'm thinking this one depends on the version of Microsoft you are using. It might be more, but on the 2021 that I'm used to and Office 365 that I'm currently using, you press F6 2 times. So when you press F6 2 times, you hear, let's hear it together.
Pivot table, fields window. Pane. Type field name to search for edit a blank.
Pivot table field. Type a name to search for blank. That's what you will hear. So when you hear that, then scroll down.
Students' names.
So now,
Checkbox unchecked grouping. Students' names. Checkbox unchecked.
Correct. So when you scroll down, when you get to pivot table field, that is a field that contains all the categories. All the categories. I know at first it seemed to be very, very complicating. So it contains all the variables. What are the variables? Our student name, our subject taking, our test score, exam score, total score. Those are the 4 columns. So all the variables, it will not put them here. So that's where we have
subject take, students' names,
student names,
subject taken, checkbox unchecked grouping, subject taken,
subject
checkbox
taking,
unchecked,
not check,
test scores,
checkbox
unchecked grouping,
all of them
test
are
scores,
all of them are unchecked.
Checkbox exam scores,
exam score,
checkbox unchecked grouping, total scores, checkbox unchecked grouping, more tables,
okay,
button.
Okay, so all of them are unchecked. So now, to create the table, you will now decide your subject taking. Where do you want it to be? Do you want to be on the column side or do you want to be on the row side? So let me go back to subject taking.
Totals, exams, test score, subject taken. Checkbox unchecked.
Okay.
Checkbox unchecked.
So I want to put this subject taken, I want to put it in the, let me see. So we have we have what is called labels in pivot table. You have column label, row label, and values. Row label, column label, and values. So now column label is okay, let me just create it so that you understand. So now when you it's similar to what you have in your normal Excel table, that you have your column headers and row headers. It's the same thing. Now your column headers are what you have, like let's say A1, B1, C1, D1. Then your row headers are what you have on like A2, A3, A4, A5. So it's the same thing here. So now you now want
subject taken.
You now want to decide your subject taking. Where do you want it to appear in your table? Do you want it to appear column label or row label? So let me drag it to row label. I want to drag it to row label. So how do you drag something to row label here? From this field, you press the application key on the variable.
Students, subject take, temporary context, add report filter, add to report.
Then scroll down to add to column label. I'll scroll down.
add to row labels, add to row labels, add to column labels, add to column.
Then I will press the enter key. So what was not subject taking that was not checked before, it will now be checked. I will hit the enter key.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Pivot table fields window. Subject taken. Checkbox checked grouping.
You see?
Subject taken. Checkbox checked.
Subject taking checkbox checked. So it's now checked. So now, because I want to check the average, I want to check the average of okay, let me do the count first before I do the average. So I want to let me do count of how many people are taking each of these. How many people are taking each of these subjects? So I can do count. I can do average. So I will now look for total. Since it's total score, I'm looking for
Tests, exam scores.
So I will scroll down to total.
Total scores.
Yes.
Checkbox unchecked group.
Checkbox unchecked. So I can now press the application key.
Temporary context.
Then I will scroll down to add to value.
Add to report filter, add to row label, add to column label, add to values button.
So I will hit the enter key.
Advanced practice file.xlsx-excel. Pivot table fields window. Total scores. Checkbox checked grouping.
Okay, good.
Total scores.
So I can tell you that our pivot table has been created, but there is a but. So now to go to where to view the pivot table, you will press the F6 3 times. I think, yeah, 3 times. Your own might be more than or less than, but here is 3 times. So until you hear A3.
Pane. Status bar pane. Ribbon tabs. Sheet 4 table. A3.
Did you hear that? Sheet 4 table A3. That's when you know that you are back inside the table. So now let's look at our table. We've created it.
A4. Sum of total scores A5.
So you hear sum of total.
You.
A6. Sum of 450 B5.
450 B5.
459 C5.
459 C5.
564 D5. 1400 F.
Okay, good.
Sum of total.
What I'm teaching is a bit technical. I know when people ask it, it's something that is meant for an immediate level, but no knowledge is waste.
A4.
So now we have the table here now. It shows different subjects and the sum of the scores of each of these subjects. So let's look at the table together.
English B4.
So English is in B4. So let me go down to B5 to see the sum of the totals.
450 B5.
So that is 450. So let me go and check.
English B4.
English, so the next subject is
Math C4.
math. So let me go down to check.
459 C5.
459 C5. So let me check the next subject.
Math C4. Sciences D4.
Sciences is D4. Then D5, what is it?
564 D5.
564. So
Sciences grand total E4.
then you have grand total.
1473 times 10 to the power of.
That means this addition of all the total scores.
1173 times 10 to the power of fifth.
But note that that's not what I asked the pivot table to create. I said I'm looking for average or count. So let me do count first before I do average. So now because by default, once a pivot table cites numbers, it assumes that you want to add the numbers together. So it's you now that will now say, no, I want to change it from addition to what? Count.
564.
So while inside the table, press your application key
Copy, put a type to search and use the up.
and then look for, let me see, I think show summary as, let me check it.
Hide field, pivot table options, value field settings. Show the field settings dialog box.
Okay.
Show details, show the rows from your, show values as collapsed A2 of 2.
Okay, show value as.
No calculation checked, remove the current
Okay.
percent of,
Okay.
show values as collapsed A2
So I'll
of,
scroll down to value field.
show details, show value field settings.
Okay.
Show the field settings dialog. Show summarize values by show values as collapsed A2. Set the collapse sum of values S1 of summarize.
Some value as enter key.
Sum check sum use S1 of 7.
You hear that? It says sum checks. That's because it's by default it performed calculate addition. So you can now scroll down to choose what you want. So I'll scroll down to count.
Count not check count of value C2 of 7.
Count of values. I will hit the enter key.
Sheet 4 table 8D5.
So good. So it has rearranged our data.
8C5.
So now let's now see. So what we want to do is that we want to see number of students per subject. How many people are taking English? How many people are taking math? How many people are taking sciences? Then what is the total number of students in the class?
7. Count of total scores A5.
You see, average of the total score per subject is the same process.
8D5. 8C.
So go to application key.
Copy, put a copy.
Then go to summarize value as.
Type to hot pivot value. Show details. Show the show values. Summarize values by.
Hit the enter key.
Sum not check.
Then scroll down to average.
Count check. Average not checked. Average values 8. Sheet 4 table 57.
So hit the enter key. So
Math C4.
so let's see it again.
A4. English B4.
English B4. So let's see. Go down.
64.28571429 B5.
You see 64%, 64 points, whatever.
64.28.
64.28 and so on. So let's see math.
English B. Math C4. 57.375 C.
57.37%. You know, so that is the average. So as an English teacher, you want to know that, or you want to know that are people passing the average score in my class, in my subject, is it good or not? So pivot table will help you do that. So to that is to the person that asked how to create pivot table. I hope to other people, I'm sure it's a bit technical. I know you know about it. That's why you ask about a pivot table. So now that's how to. There are more other things to do in pivot table. In fact, more than 1,001 things to do. So this is just more like the basics. So if you are in school. If you are in school and you need to do your project, there's no need to give a sighted person your work. It's something you can actually do. With pivot table, you can do a descriptive data analysis. Descriptive data analysis. You know, you want to show the distribution of your responses. I'm sure you know when it comes to that data, the analysis chapters of your part of your data of your project, you will see you need to show this distribution table. You know, how many people say this, how many people say yes or no, how many people chose strongly agree, strongly disagree, agree, strongly, whatever. So this is one of the best ways to do that. So thank you. What's your question?
Excuse me, please. This
Yes.
routine already. I want to find out when in the data range, let's say on your spreadsheet, you have let's say you have scores. So some people score A's, some people score B's and all that. How can you get the number of people that score A's and B's?
So that's nice. If you have that means you have subjects, you have grade, and then
Yes.
let's say you have total. So instead of total, total is a number, grade will be in alphabet, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. You go to so when you are in your value field settings, that's type what you are looking for. Then you scroll down, you will see it grade instead of total. What you will see there is grade. Then you see subject. So under subject, you add subject to your column value and column label, or you can do it in row label depending. It's your choice. You can add anything to anywhere. So you can add subject to row label, and then grade. You will now drag it to column label, or you drag it to value. Then so you will now see it. It will now be count of this. Do I have it? I wish I have the.
Math C4.
Okay, let me see if I had it.
Sheet 3 table. Jamio A1. Jamio.
I'm coming.
Sheet 4 table. Sheet 3. Jamio A1. Jamio A. Sheet 4. Sheet 1 table. Students results. Exam scores crop D2. Test scores crop C2.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what to call it, whether it's observation or suggestion or what. Since this is a intermediate course, it's taking up our time. Let's sorry, I don't know. Let's revise the things that we've done.
This is still basics. It's not an advanced one.
I understand. Okay. I understand. It's a very, very important topic. That's why when the person asked it, I know that the person actually needed it. So I thought. Okay. So what other thing? Is there any question from you guys?
Let me ask another question.
Okay, sir.
On the spreadsheet that everybody is still talking. On the spreadsheet, let's say one way or the other, you made a mistake, mistakenly punch something somewhere else out of your data range. Is there any way we can observe, we can know that, as those blind sighted people, they can easily look at the whole spreadsheet and see maybe there's any extra something somewhere, because it used to happen maybe by one way or the other, you made mistake to punch something in somewhere else that is not among those things your data range. Is there any way we can easily identify that?
I'm not sure there's any way. I'm not sure. It's the thing is that when you make a mistake, you undo immediately. But if in the process of something you don't know that your
You may
finger has
not know.
mistakenly pressed, yes. If you don't know as at that point, I don't know. I don't know. There's no way to actually know. The only way to know is when you input your formula, and then your formula is now showing you, let's say, error or
Yeah.
something. You will now go back to your data and see that, you will now go through your data and see if there's any strange letter. Okay, if among my totals, after imputing my formula and the formula is showing me error, I can now go through the list of my totals and my numbers and see whether I will see strange letter. So once I'm scrolling down and I saw something like H or KKK, I know that, somewhere I've made mistakes. So that is the only way I know that you can know. Otherwise, it's just to be careful when you're pressing your navigating within your spreadsheet.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Okay.
I wanted to know, my name is Andrew, I'm from Uganda, and I wanted to know how to get positions for each learner. How do we do it? Suppose I'm a teacher here and I want to know each learner has like who is the best, who is the worst according to their positions. Thank you.
Yes,
who is the best, who is the worst? Okay, there are different things running through my mind right now. One is the basic one, the others are advanced in a way. If you want to bet, you kind of bet if it is the grade you want to sort, or you want to sort the total in terms of score, like over 100%, you can sort it. So you sort it accordingly. You can sort it from largest to smallest. That means the largest comes first. You know, do you understand? Then the least, the lowest will be down. Do you understand? So you can now compare, okay, this is the number, this is the person, this is the student. So that is one method. Another method is also what we did earlier when we did the sum function, the exact function. One of the function is max and mean function. So if you want to know the highest scorer, who scored highest, so you can use your max function equals max, then open parentheses, you put your data range, then close the parentheses, then it will return the highest score. Then you can now look for the student that had the highest score. Then if you are looking for the lowest person, the person that scored the least, you can use the mean function, minimum, mean, MIN, equals mean, parentheses, open parentheses, your data range, then close parentheses, then return the lowest score from the range. Then other methods are advanced. You may also want to know, okay, there are what is called conditional formulas. So you want to do calculation based on conditions that you specify. So that one is more of intermediate and advanced. But the sorting method will also help you to see from the highest person to the lowest person. That is it. Any other question? Any other area that you want me to touch? If you actually want, like where teachers among us or data, you want to do your project or whatever, you want to do your data analysis yourself, you can actually let me know. But that has to be on a paid level. If you want to have analytical tools that you can use to work on your data, on your project, so I will expose you to all these tools, techniques, how to do analysis yourself. So, but as I said, it's a paid course. So, any other question? Any other question? Okay, yesterday somebody asked about the filter. I think I treated that one yesterday before the network messed up. Filter, what else? So I talked about the
Maybe, sir. Hello. Hello. Sir, are you there? Yes, are you still there?
Maybe he's logged out.
I think he has gone. Did you understand about the pivot table something? You said that you can discuss for me here. Meanwhile, I was waiting for you because for me, I've joined in late. Network has been disturbing me so much.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Bano. Sorry, I don't know what happened again. I was yanked off the locked out. I was kicked out of the meeting. It happens like that. So I was asking any other question before we call it a day. Is there any part? Is there any part anybody wants me to throw more lights or shed more lights on?
Yes, I have one question.
Okay.
I was asking myself, why would you wish to put a date in your data? Is it control semicolon? Why should you put date in that data? Is it that maybe you are setting a date for the day and then for tomorrow, or where is it applicable?
Okay, that control semicolon. And that is if you are, there are sometimes you need to impute. Okay, there are sometimes you need to impute a date. Maybe you are creating a table, and one of the columns is dates. Okay, more or less like savings now. Okay, you are saving maybe on a daily basis, and you will want the first column is day. No, the first column is dates. The second column is the amount, and the third column could be anything. So under date, instead of writing it manually, 0/01/04/2024, that might be a lot of time. And you can just quickly press Control semicolon to insert the date, to type the date. And remember, Control semicolon will give you the current date, today's date, not any other. But if you want to type your maybe a date that has passed or future date, that means you have to type it manually. Or you can also use semicolon too, Control semicolon, but that means you have to edit it, to suit the date that you are looking for. But there's one important reason why you have to use the Control semicolon. You can also use a Control semicolon to know your date format, your computer's date format. Here now, let me on my own computer. Let me share my screen.
Sharing your screen.
Okay.
Microsoft Meeting.
Thank you for telling me I'm sharing my screen.
Foundational course on Microsoft. Join conversation. WhatsApp column 4 Windows PowerShell row.
Yeah, I'm coming. I have a lot of things on my screen, so.
WhatsApp row 1. Join foundation share join book 1 dash
Okay.
book 1 dash web A4 B4.
Okay, so let me know my current data, my current time date.
Edit 26/07/2024 26/0
See
sheet 1.
that was very fast. Instead of me typing 26/07/2024.
26/07/2024 B4.
So now with this one, I already know that my computer date format is day first, that is DD MMYY. day first, followed by month, followed by year. If you do it on your own computer, you might get a different format. You know, your own might be month first, day followed, and then year. So that is one way. Now, when you are doing, it's also possible to do calculation with date. You can actually add and you can add subtract dates. Do you understand? You may want to know between January 1st, 2024 and July 26, 2024, how many days are in between. So it's possible to perform different calculations with dates. You may want to know how many years are between 1993 and 2030 or 2000 and whatever, or you want to know how many months are between, any date, any two dates. So now, if you don't write the dates in the format that comes with your system, in the format that your computer is, and you want to perform calculation, it will give you error. It will see that date it will not see it as date. Let me say it like that way. So because my own computer date format is DDYYMM, if I assume that if I now type the date like 07/26/2024, that is DDYY, and I want to perform calculation, it will result in error. It will result in error. First, yes, there's something like 07. 07 on my own computer will mean the 7th day. Then 26, there's nothing like 27th month or 26 months. Do you understand? So that's why you need to enter a date in your Excel sheet in the correct format, in the format that your system is. So knowing your date format, pressing Ctrl semicolon, apart from inserting your date, also lets you know the format that your computer is using. Because when you want to perform calculation, your Excel will use your computer date formats. So thank you. And then I'm thinking, so now there's actually a formula to also get date. If I don't want to use Ctrl semicolon, there's formula to get any date of your choice. If you want to type December 2nd, 1901 or 1980, whatever, there's a formula to use to do that at another level. Now, I'm also thinking that if you go through the formatting techniques that we did the other time, Ctrl+1, then you choose the date format. If I share my file with you, your computer will open it in your own date format, not in my own date. So if your own date format is DDYY, and the computer that I use to write that file is DDYYMM, if I send that file to you, your computer will convert it to your own format automatically. And that's why formatting is very, very important. So I'm not sure of the formatting techniques, but I'm sure of the formula method. So it's not possible for me to demonstrate it now. I'll just write a date using the format techniques, and then I'll send the file to you. Then you open it and see whether it appears in your own format or not. But when it comes to the formula method, it's very, very perfect. So that's one way to also avoid. So if I type a list of date for you, because I'm typing it with my own computer date format, if I send it to you, if it's not the same computer date format that you are using, it will give you error from your end. So that's important reason why you should use proper date format. So, but for pressing Ctrl semicolon is actually to insert the current date, and then to also understand the date format that your computer is using. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I understand.
Yes, sir. Any other question? Gradually, we are coming to the end. the course stops here, but I believe your development shouldn't stop here. You know, the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. You know, it's a
Yes,
truism. Yes.
Mine is just a request, or it's like in a form of a question or and a request too. Is the question is, will you still give us a chance for advanced Excel?
Will I give you a chance? This is a learning center. It's
And now I'm asking, will you give us like the way you've done to us this foundational Excel?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes.
Can anybody signify if you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are getting.
Okay, Mr. Lekon will be concluding with you here. Sorry for the network issue. It's general.
okay. So thank you. So I'm speaking through another computer, so I may not be able to demonstrate henceforth. As I said, there is advanced course already. We have it. There's an intermediate course. So, but what I will not promise is that the advanced course is never going to be free. It's not a free course. So, but we have an advanced course on Excel. So, and that's why I said that if you know that you have a project or you need data that you want to analyze, there are tools that you can learn to help you analyze your data. You know, more advanced tools. This one we just did is basic. You can also analyze it, your data. But if you want to use pivot table, you want to use more advanced formulas, functions to help you achieve your work better, you know. So we have advanced course on Excel, but that one is a paid course. At least I can guarantee you that one is not free. So I hope that answers the question. So there is always opportunity to come back and learn, grow yourself, intermediate, advanced, and so any other question?
Yes, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to appreciate for the training. Actually, it has made us gain some new skills that we did not have. So my question is, apart from the course that you have taken us through, the Excel course, which other courses are you planning or are you intending to train us on? Maybe on like Microsoft Word or anything else? What are you planning after this course?
Okay. So let me ask you, what do you want to learn?
There's a lot I would like to learn. Even the Microsoft Word, I know I'm not good in that.
Okay. So
Yes.
if when in your feedback form that you filled, you see that different courses were listed, and those are some of the courses we offer there that we offer here. So Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Python, web development, audio editing,
Yes.
digital marketing, and the use of mobile phone, some of them, and so on like that. So it might not be a general course. You might also want to learn specifics. For instance, now there are some people that don't know how to use Gmail in standard view. So you might want to say that, oh, it's not like I want to learn a general course. I just want to learn a specific tool, like that pivot table I talked about, like a Gmail in standard view, like maybe a portion of Excel, a portion of Word, a portion of this, a portion of that. So it might not be the whole course. It might be so. But as I said, it has to be paid. So it just depends on once you are ready to learn with us, which we are also here. That's why we are here.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
The other question is,
What's that?
So what about Microsoft Access database management system? Do you also teach it in case I would like to learn it?
Access, no, I can't tell you no for now. And that is because there are more. Access is not many people are using Access. It's more like an old stuff. So it's because there are newer technologies that people are using. So you are looking at Power BI, you are looking at Power Queries in Power BI and in Excel and Power BI. And then you are looking at SQL. Probably that's what you mean by data management system. You are talking about the SQL. So yes, but not Access.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes.
I want also to ask whether you are going to teach us how, if I pay, am I going to be taught how to use those things, referencing softwares like Zotero or EndNote? And is it possible to use JAWS or NVDA to make citations and bibliographics?
Of course, EndNotes, comments, what is that? Bookmarks, citation, bibliography. Why not? Why not? But let me just also make it clear. It's using, when I say EndNote, bibliography, citation, I'm making references to Microsoft Word as it concerns or as it is applicable on Microsoft Word. So I don't do all these referencing apps. That all these apps that do automatic referencing. So that's not what Microsoft Word does. But there is citation and bibliography inside Microsoft Word. There's a way you can do it to make it easy for you to cite and reference or do your bibliography. So that yes, yes, I can. So any other question? So you can learn how to do bibliography, citations, the APA styles, all sort of things, in text, citation, endnotes, footnotes, comments. Yeah.
So, sir.
Yes.
Is this knowledge now enough for me to learn Python with this Excel basic foundational course?
Yeah. Of course, yes, I can say yes, but it also depends on you. It depends on your interest to go further, to go into more complicated and more sophisticated concepts. Yes, I can say it because even on the current people that are doing Python, we have people that did it with what you just finished, and they did it. But because of their interest in data analysis, their interest in numbers. Do you underline what I'm saying? Because you understand, those concepts, those statistical concepts. If you explain mathematical concept to them, they easily understand because of their interest already. So if you don't have interest in data analysis and somebody is explaining range, is explaining what is it? One concept. If using this thing, it will just it will just be confusing to you. So if you have interest in data analysis, I'll say yes. But if you don't, because Python, as I say, Excel can be frustrating. Python is more. So yes.
Okay, this Oluwade wrote to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First, I would like to appreciate Asset Tech Innovation for this opportunity it has given to many of us to have access to Excel, because this kind of opportunity is very, very scarce. We are really grateful for that, and we extend our regard. But I just want to ask if it is possible for you to provide something like handouts, because many of us don't do with data. We only use them occasionally. Those who are using every day, they cannot easily forget. But for those of us that maybe we use it once in 3 months, and no, we can easily forget. But if we have something like the handout, we can go back to wherever we need to check. Can there be anything like that?
Okay, I suppose this has been resolved much earlier. You can do it on your own. You are allowed to copy, the material that you are reading and save it
Okay.
anywhere you want to save it. Yes.
Okay.
So just go from now to like next 3 months. Those that completed their course, so underline the word successfully completed the course, will be granted as 3-month access to still go back to the material, so you can still copy and paste it anywhere you want. So instead of we doing it, we provided a platform, you can do it, from your own end there. So just do it on your computer, log in through your computer, then do, select and copy. That is it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Any other questions? So, okay.
Good evening.
So, if there's any other question, I'll just hand you over to.
Good evening.
Are you asking question?
Yes, good evening.
What? Yeah, good evening.
Yes, let me also join the last speaker in appreciating the Access Tech Management for this rare privilege. So we are so grateful, and we say more power to the elbow of the management. We really appreciate it. And my first question is that, like, how can the Excel advanced course, is it going to, do you also have an virtual class for it, or it's going to be physical? So that is my first question. And then when we are talking about the fee, it's like around, what's the price? Then secondly, what's the short course for decreasing the front page, as you, taught us, to increase, that is, what FG, that is to increase, but what's the shortcut to decrease? So those are my questions. So once again, thanks, and God bless the management. I'm so grateful.
Okay, is it shortcut to decrease fonts?
Fonts, yes. Yes.
Is in your notes. HFK, that is to decrease it.
Yeah, everything is in this thing. I'll be down that. I haven't. I'll just be so lazy. Don't worry. I'll go and check it out. I'll be
Okay,
just
so
only
yeah.
the video you've been sending. So I'll try and
Okay, I have my CEO here. You ask 2 questions. Let me answer the first one then, but the other part you come and then give the other information.
my boss
Then
is
when
also there.
you said, yeah, the CEO, Mrs. Akinola is here, the Chief Operation Officer. Don't worry,
That's
she will hear her voice. It's been a long time you
sorry. I
heard
have to join late because I have paper tomorrow, so I have to go and play for
that.
tomorrow.
Okay. So regarding the mode of learning, well, they say customers are king. Any method you want to have it, whether it's one-on-one like this, live this thing, or you want it the method that you took your foundational course that you log in, see your material, take the quiz, and so that is it. Then when it comes to payments, now.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think I'm okay to say techies right now because you guys are already done. Most of you are already above the average level right now. So congratulations again for this. So for your question, Sulaiman, as to when we are starting the advanced course, I think the advanced program will be kicking off around September. Then as for the cost, that will also be communicated at the period of call for application. So you will know, but we are likely to have it fully online because most of our learners, especially the advanced learners, are more comfortable with online programs since that's more flexible.
Yeah.
Yes, so we are going to have it online. Unless for special requests for people who are based in Lagos and want to come in physically. We are always also very much available because right now we are starting the foundational program physical. Of course, that's very basic and that needs to be properly monitored physically. So we are going to communicate that that will be towards August as per the cost. And okay, then I think Lekon also talked about private classes. If you either you know someone who is interested in private classes, either for them because of their basic learning needs or for whatever, you can always let us know. So that can also and always be arranged. But I'm also very excited about the fact that you guys have started this program and you've ended it. And next week, I think next week will be our last live class, and that will be the closing ceremony. You'll be receiving your certificates next week. And I've seen the list of names of people who have performed greatly on their activities on the dashboard, and everything you did, everything you got, actually you earned it. And we believe that you are supported at the back end. So because especially with the interactions we are having in the live class, we can see that it's actually commensurate with what we actually saw on the dashboard. So thank you again. We are so proud of you all. We are we are so proud of you. We are so proud to be associated with you. And we know that it's a relationship that is starting off and it's not just going to end at this program. We are going to continue to build on this. So we're also part of our Access Tech community right now. So we'll continue to give you feedback and on our projects, or any projects we have, either ones, especially whichever one that you can benefit from directly or that you want to share with others that you love to benefit from. So you always get a hands on us. So don't forget also to follow us on social media. Our Instagram is Access Tech Innovation. Our Twitter is also Access Tech NG. We're also available on Facebook. And I believe you subscribe to our YouTube channel already. So keep in touch and we'll also keep in touch with you. Keep tabs with you. Let us know when you follow us or even by a comment, and so that we can also follow you back and also tag you to most of our posts that concerns you. So thank you again very much, and I think we'll be calling this a day. Thank you for the time you took out to have this class today again, despite the fact that it was officially scheduled for yesterday. But right now, I don't know, we are having serious network issue here in Lagos. So we're managing to just continue to, but we'll do everything possible to continue to deliver the service that we promised. That's what we promised to do. So thank you for joining again. Thank you for your time. We appreciate this. So see you next week, Thursday. for the closing ceremony.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.